Let's talk about fiber. Flour is the ingredient used in the largest amount in all types of bread. Breads made with whole grain flours are rich in B vitamins and minerals such as iron and phosphorus. They're full of starch, which supports energy, and fiber, which promotes healthy digestion, aka go to the bathroom regularly, good for us old folks. Thus, if you want to increase your fiber, you would toss the white bread and buy whole wheat bread. Keeps you going, reduces cancer, all kinds of good reasons to eat whole wheat types of bread. The following are strategies to help increase fiber in a menu. Choose breads and pasta made with whole grains. Add beans to salads and soups. Good sources of fiber include beans, apples, carrots, oatmeal, skins or pulp, whole wheat bread, and seeds. The recommended daily intake for dietary fiber for healthy adults is 25 to 40 grams. Dietary fiber helps prevent bowel and colon disease. It may also lower the risk of heart disease and some cancers. So why do you need to know this? Putting your menu together, make sure you have plenty of fiber in there. If you're putting a recipe together, put some beans into the soup and help your customers, especially if they're older and in a hospital where you have heart disease issues and that type of thing. As it passes through your body, fiber absorbs water and acts as a bulking agent, which helps you go to the bathroom.
This morning on Eat Smart Today, the facts on fiber. A high fiber diet can help you lose weight and reduce your risk of a heart disease. Well, the average American, however, still consumes less than half the recommended daily amount. So Joy Bauer has ridden to the rescue. She's our Today contributor and registered nutritionist, and she's going to tell us what for. Good morning, Joy.
Good morning.
So we all know we're supposed to eat fiber. Why exactly?
Okay, well, fiber, it's also known as roughage, comes packaged in plant-based foods. And it travels through our systems undigested. And while it's in its travels, it has the amazing capability of blocking cholesterol absorption. And that's one of the reasons why a high-fiber diet can enhance overall heart health. It also can blunt carbohydrate absorption, so it can lower your blood sugars and your insulin. And then it could bulk up and soften our stools. So it promotes regularity.
That is important.
Very important.
But also, people don't really realize that eating high fiber can actually help you lose weight.
It can help you lose weight, and studies show
is that just because it's basically helping you digest everything, or is that because you actually will lose fat?
No, you will lose fat, and that's because foods that are naturally rich in fiber, the vegetables, the fruits, true whole grains, and legumes, they're lower in calories, so when you're eating them, you're displacing fattening foods that you would otherwise be eating, but they're also bulkier and they're filling. When fiber travels through your body, remember, it absorbs water. So it swells in your belly and it keeps you feeling full long after you've finished a meal. So it's all good.
It's obviously that people realize and companies realize that we need more fiber, because you see a lot of products out that say that they've got fiber in them, right?
Right. I mean, artificial sweeteners, white pastas, yogurt, even jams and jellies, they're adding fiber. And I don't think that this is gimmick. I think that companies are acknowledging the fact that fiber is critical and we're not getting enough. The problem is that we don't have a lot of research on this added fiber. And again, this is not naturally occurring fiber. It's fiber that's added during the manufacturing process, and we don't know if it reacts in the body the same way that natural fiber does.
Wouldn't that sort of depend on what kind of fiber is being added?
No, because it's still added. Again, it doesn't come packaged within a food naturally. But again, I mean,
well, if this
stay
has flax
tuned.
seeds in it, for example, that would be good.
Well, that's still a
right?
healthy product, you know, but some of these products, you know, juice normally doesn't have fiber. They're adding fiber in. White pasta, they're adding fiber in. Splenda, they're adding fiber in. And again, I'm not saying these foods are bad, but it's not the place that you want to get all of your fiber.
Okay, so let's talk about how much we should be getting and where we should be getting it from. So, really, this is your little pile here of
well,
great
women should be getting
options.
between 21 and 25 grams a day. Men should be getting between 30 and 38. And Ann, we don't even get half that amount.
Okay, but who's going to sit there and measure grams? I mean, really, what are we talking about? One of these?
No, well, all plant-based food is going to have fiber, but this assortment here shows you the superstars when it comes to fiber. So, for example, all fruit is great, but blackberries and raspberries for 1 cup give you 8 grams of fiber. Half a cup of cooked lentils or starchy beans, 100% whole grain pasta, another winner. Popcorn, if it's low fat, even if it's microwaved or air pop popcorn, it's fabulous. Broccoli is wonderful, and any whole grain bran flaky cereal. This stuff is easy to get.
What about things like nuts and seeds? I mean, people are eating a lot of those anyway.
And it's great. You just have to, you know, sort of monitor your portions because you don't want to go overboard on calories, but those are stellar foods and they've got great fiber.
So you talked about how much of this, for example, but how much, for example, broccoli would you need to eat to have your day's required fiber?
Well, you wouldn't want to get it all from broccoli.
No, I want to get it all from popcorn.
You would be swollen.
Can I have this entire bowl and that's my deal?
Well,
no?
4 cups of a light popcorn would run you about 120 calories and would give you 5 grams of fiber. You'd get the same fiber, about 5 grams from a cup of steamed broccoli. Spinach
is great. Really have to eat that much.
You don't. You just have to make smart food choices, and the more plant-based food, the better. And when you get your fiber from these wholesome sources, you're also getting all the other nutrient-rich ingredients that come packaged in the food as well.
Can I tell you something? If there is one note that has been sounded on how we stay healthy, the one note is always, it seems to me, to go back to basics, to eat the stuff that comes off the tree, out of the ground, to sort of use less processed food. That seems to be a consistent message.
Food. And you know what? It's relatively inexpensive, it's accessible, it's easy to prepare, and it's delicious.
Well, it's a reason to get back in the garden if we can and start growing things. Thank you so much, Joy Bauer, this morning for some really great advice.
Lean dough, which is also called hard dough. It's made from flour, yeast, salt, water, very little or no sugar and fat, pizza crust, whole wheat, rye, and sourdough would be examples. Soft dough, which is also called medium dough, is lean dough with between 6 and 9% sugar and fat added. Example would be your Pullman loaf of bread, soft rolls. Enriched dough, which is also called sweet rich dough, is lean dough enriched with butter, oil, sugar, eggs, or milk product. Enrichment is the process of restoring vitamins and minerals lost during the refinement process of whole grains. So getting it back to what it was before you refined it. A lot of people are intolerant to gluten. Gluten is the protein component in rye, wheat, barley, and oats, and found in almost all pastas and breads. Gluten is a tough one for people to deal with. Symptoms include stomach bloating, cramping, diarrhea, gas, mouth ulcers, arthritis, skin rashes, eczema, and psoriasis. A good alternative to pasta for a person with celiac disease on a gluten-free diet would be steamed rice. A roux-based sauce, such as cheddar cheese sauce, would not be appropriate to serve somebody with a wheat allergy. Buddy needs a small amount of salt, but many people overdo it. A lot of people, they salt their food before they even taste it, so that would not be a good idea. Salt can increase blood pressure in salt-sensitive individuals. Lemon juice is a good alternative to reduce sodium content while ensuring the food's flavor. So definitely hold down on the salt there, fellas. To reduce sodium content of a meal, salt can be removed from all of the following without changing the integrity of the final product. You can reduce the sodium from salad dressings, wild rice pilaf, baked chicken with a sauce. If you were planning a meal and the host wanted to feature a low sodium menu, baked fish and mixed vegetables would be a good option. Which of the following foods has the lowest sodium content? The banana. People on a low sodium diet, bananas would be good.